Okay, so this is going to be the Risk 8 clear of Lungman New Street Guide. These here are modifiers. I am not playing around with this. This modifier right here is absolute hell. Clear this one by itself. It makes this entire thing harder. This right here is our team. 3 snipers. At least one of them needs to be a very high DPS one. I'm using Exia on skill 2 so I can activate it at will. 2 guards, 1 with good damage, 1 with extremely high defense, clear off its will. However, you probably want them to be. This is pretty bare minimum the level. If you have a cure, I would say probably at least E2 to be safe. This is otherwise it gets a bit hairy. 2 slow supports, fairly high level, or else some of the last enemies to deal with can get a bit hairy. A healer, if you have a really high level shining on skill 2, still work. Otherwise, skill 1 or realistically any other healer. A DP regen, Vanguard. I'm using Texas on skill 2 just for a bit more utility. This Vanguard can be whatever. Don't use Myrtle. I'm using Vigna because I never use Vigna. And a ranged guard, Silver Ash on skill 1 or 3 is preferable. Skill 3 makes things a bit safer. Otherwise, I've heard people say Lapland works. Really, anyone higher level obviously is much better. Let's get into it. And one thing to know before we start, if you have high enough level units, you can swap things around to make it easier or harder, I guess, depending on if you do it for yourself. But this is about the bare minimum I would recommend. Get the DP regen out, and then we want to get a sniper up before we put another unit here. The reason for this is we want them up in time for the first ranged unit to come in. And by doing this, the stealth archers that will come through won't actually target Exia, they'll instead target Vigna, who's up there to deal with the ranged guys. Slap our boxes down. You really only need to use 2, although if these guys up here give you issues, you can bait them with 1 more. Get a healer out. Ranged person, at least, or if you want to be a bit safer, support then this person. Pop your sniper skill. And really all that's left is just finishing out. You will have to eventually take Texas out, which if you're using Exia, does mean you kind of waste your buff. But it's for a good cause. And if there's no ranged units out at the time, get that person out. Lenore can handle herself pretty well. As soon as like your skills up, spam it. There we go. Watch these guys, if they start getting a bit far, start popping your skills. The Lenore skill. This makes things slightly safer. That right there, I will say, if you need to pop the healer, pop them. I've done this enough to know that my team can do this if they're not popped to skill early enough. So just keep an eye on that. You may have to swap on the fly. This coming up is where things are going to start getting a bit rough, as we're going to start having very high level units come out. So I'm just going to pause real quick to explain what we're going to do here, because this is going to happen. We're going to let Kira drop health a little bit. Before she starts getting to the red, pop her skill, pop Silver Ash. Watch up here at the same time, because you, depending on your level of your sports, you may have to start popping your skill. As you will see here. We're going to do that, that, Dinar can handle herself pretty well. Okay, buddy, you're getting awfully close. Up Dinar's skill. This should be fine. He's going to get extremely close, as you'll notice here. Ixia's skill off. I'm not going to pop Shining yet. I am instead now going to... And there you go. Obviously, that is why you want a higher level cure. She can take a bit more beating. Higher level Shining would also work. But that is an extremely sketchy escape clear of New Street in Lungmen. Once again, these here are the modifiers. This here is your team. And yeah, that's it. If you guys enjoyed the guide and found it helpful, leave a like and comment down below what strats you guys used or if you used this one. And I'll see you in the next one.